Hello students, welcome to the course on Basic Electronics Engineering and the course code is EC101. This is the course for BTech second semester EC students and first semester CSE students. Myself, Dr. Surajit Boshak, Assistant Professor of EC Department, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology, Kolkata. And this is my official email address. So we are starting the lecture number 1 from the 4th module, that is field effect transistor. And the topics that we are covered in this lecture are concept of field effect, channel width modulation, classification of JFET, FET, that are JFET, MOSFET, operating principle of JFET, and the lesson objectives are to learn principle of operation, construction, and characteristics of various electronic devices. And second is to know about different applications of these devices. And this course is mapped with CO number 2 and CO number 3. So let us start lecture number 1 from the 4th module, field effect transistors. So first of all, you have to know what is field effect transistor, or simply abbreviated as FET. A solid state semiconductor device in which current flow through the conducting region is controlled by an electric field is known as field effect transistors. Several members of FET family are present. Mainly two types of FET are present. One is junction field effect transistor and other is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistors. And again, junction field effect transistors, mainly it is N channel and P channel, and it behaves like a depletion mode. And MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, it is simply abbreviated as MOSFET, is divided by two parts. One is depletion mode and other is enhancement mode. And both depletion and enhancement mode are again two types. One is N channel and other is P channel. And apart from the junction field effect transistor and metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistors, there are also some types of FETs are present, but they are not in syllabus, like metal semiconductor field effect transistor, which is known as MESFET. Other is insulated gate field effect transistor, IGFET. Modulation doped field effect transistor, MODFET. So they are also types of FET, but they are not present in the syllabus. That is why it is not shown here. And the symbol structure are also present for N channel and P channel JFET, and N channel, P channel, this is the symbolic structure of N channel, and P channel depletion type MOSFET, and this is the symbolic structure of N channel and P channel enhancement type MOSFET. We will discuss on more about the symbols in details later on. So first you have to know both are transistor. In the earlier module, we have completed bipolar junction transistor. Now this is a category of field effect transistor. Both are transistor, belongs in a category of transistor. So you have to compare about FET with BJT, or rather say what are the advantages of FET over BJT. So the first advantage is FET are unipolar devices, while BJTs are bipolar devices. Why unipolar? Because only majority carrier is responsible for current flow in this conducting region. But in BJT, both majority and minority carriers are responsible for current flow in the device. That is why BJT is called bipolar device and FET is called unipolar device. Second is the FET is a voltage control device, while BJT is a current control device. Why it is voltage control? Because as we see in the working principle, that voltage between gate to source, that is VGS, is output current is controlled by the input voltage, that is VGS. And here output current is controlled by the input current. That is why it is called current control device. FET have higher input impedance than BJT and typically on mega ohm. Higher input impedance because it has a lower reverse bias in gate to source voltage. While in emitter to base in PN junction of the input circuit of a BJT is forward bias in the active mode. And the impedance is higher for reverse bias junction while it is lower for forward bias junction. Thus, FET have higher input impedance than BJT. And FET is obviously less noisy than BJT. FET exhibits no offset voltage and drain current, so it is an excellent signal chopper, and FET exhibits higher thermal stability. So mainly first 3 and 6 number points, less noisy, are the mainly advantages of FET over BJT. Now let us start the we know that the main category of FET is junction field effect transistor and metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So let us start junction field effect transistor, or abbreviated as JFET. The JFET can be classified into two types. One is called N-channel JFET, where electrons are the majority carriers, and other is called P-channel JFET, where holes are the majority carriers. We start basically on N-channel JFET. P-channel JFET is just same operation, physical structure is same, just the direction of electrons and holes are opposite. So let us start from the physical structure of or construction of N-channel junction field effect transistor. This is the schematic diagram of N-channel JFET. So the N-channel JFET is basically constructed by using a N-type silicon or gallium arsenide bar as substrate, which is uniformly doped. Metallic contacts at the top ends of the bar are ohmic contacts called source and drain. P-type impurities are diffused on the two sides of the N-type bar. See here. The current flows along the length of the bar when a voltage is applied between the two terminals. This current is due to electrons as majority carriers. So this is the basic structure of an N-channel JFET. The JFET has three terminals which are known as source, drain, and gate. Now, the source in an N-channel JFET, the terminal which is connected to the negative pole of the DC source, providing drain voltage, and through which the majority carriers, that is electrons, enter into the semiconductor bar, which is called basically the source. Next is the drain. What is drain? The terminal of an N-channel JFET connected to the positive pole of the drain voltage, say VDD, through which the majority carriers, that is electrons, leave the bar, is known as drain. Next is the gate. The heavily doped P plus regions on the two sides of the N-type silicon bar, forming PN junctions which are joined together, are called the gate. A voltage VGS is applied between the gate and source to reverse bias the PN junction. So that's all about the physical structure and construction of, and another is construction of N-channel JFET, and another, the main part is the channel. Here we assume that it is a N-channel JFET, so the channel type is basically a N-type silicon bar. The region of N-type silicon bar between the two depletion region of PN junction, through which the majority carriers, that is electrons, move from the source to drain due to a potential difference VDS applied between the source and drain, is known as channel. Now we move forward how it is operated. What is the principle of operation of N-channel JFET? This is the main part actually. The PN junction here formed by the P-type gate and N-type channel is always reverse bias in JFET by the source VGS or VGG, whatever. A depletion region devoid of mobile carriers is formed, which extend more towards the lightly doped N-type bar than towards the heavily doped P plus type gate. The conductivity of depletion region is 0. If the gate to source voltage be 0, that is VGS is equal to 0, then the depletion layer is basically uniform and symmetrical about the junction. Now, if VGS be made negative, the depletion layer with decreases with increasing reverse bias. Thus, the effective channel width through which the current flows in the bar decreases with increasing reverse bias VGS. Now, at a particular value of minus VGS, the two depletion region about the junction would widen to such an extent that they tend to touch with each other. Under this situation, the effective channel width become decreases or become 0, and the channel is said to be cut off. Now, when VGS is 0, a positive voltage is applied between drain and source, that is VDS is positive. The electrons flow from source to drain, and the conventional current ID is directed from drain to source. See, drain to source. Now, assuming uniform channel resistance, the voltage drop will gradually increase from source to drain end due to the flow of current ID. Thus, the reverse bias voltage between the P plus gate and N channel will vary at different points along the channel from a minimum at source end and to a maximum at drain end. Therefore, the depletion region width increases with increasing reverse bias voltage. Therefore, the depletion layer width is also minimum at a source end and maximum at drain end. This phenomena makes the channel tapered. See, the channel is tapered. Since the effective channel width increases from source end to drain end. So, this is the principle of operation of JFET. This is the symbol of JFET. First is the N channel JFET and second picture is the P channel JFET. Now here arrow in the gate indicates the direction of gate current when gate to source junction is forward bias. Okay. So in case of N channel JFET, the drain current is like in that direction from drain to source, but in P channel JFET, the drain current is from source to drain. That is like that. Next is the JFET characteristics, which is very important. Two types of characteristics are present. One is drain characteristics and other is transfer characteristics. Now, what is drain characteristics? The plot of drain current versus drain to source voltage for different values of gate to source voltage are known as drain current or drain characteristics. And what is transfer characteristics? The plot of drain current ID versus gate to source voltage VGS for different values of drain to source voltage VDS are known as transfer characteristics. So this is the circuit diagram. For determining drain characteristics, where we are applying external bias with an N-channel JFET. Here voltmeter and ammeter is connected to measure the voltage and current. And this is the drain characteristics curve, where basically in y-axis current ID, drain current, and see in x-axis that is drain to source voltage VDS in volt and ID in milliampere, and for a different values of VGS. Say first is VGS is, say, see, this is say VGS is 0 volt. Say -1 volt, -2 volt, -3 volt. It is like that. So this is the drain characteristics. I will explain the curve, why the curve nature is like that. I will explain the curve in the next slide. So for a particular value of VGS, say VGS is 0 volt, the curve is like that. Drain characteristics curve. Now, what is the significance of the curve? First is the OA is the region is called ohmic region. In this region, the drain current increases linearly with the increase of VDS. Actually, it is obeying the Ohm's law. And the JFET acts like a voltage variable resistor in this region. Next is the region AB, which is a non-linear, and in this region, the drain current increases at a slower rate than that in ohmic region. The increase of drain current with VDS in this region follows an inverse square law rate. With the increase of VDS, the reverse bias at the gate to source junction increases. Thus, the depletion layer width increases and effective channel width decreases. The channel width is narrowest corresponding to the point B of the drain characteristics. This phenomena is known as pinch off, and the value of VDS at which these phenomena occur is known as pinch off voltage. Say it is shown here as a VP. Now next is the region BC. The region BC in the curve is known as the pinch off or saturation region, where the drain current ID remains constant with the increase of VDS. This region is normally used for the operation of JFET as amplifier. Next, when VDS is increased beyond C, ID increases sharply. The region CD is basically called the breakdown region. The rapid increase of ID in this region is due to the breakdown of reverse biased gate to source junction caused by impact ionization and avalanche multiplication of carriers. The drain to source voltage at which this breakdown takes place is denoted as VBR. That means voltage at breakdown, VBR. So this is the drain characteristics of junction field effect transistor, N-channel junction field effect transistor. Now move for the transfer characteristics. As we know, that transfer characteristics is a curve of ID versus VGS. And this basically comes from the drain characteristics curve. And we know that the VGS here is basically in negative voltage. VGS is basically a negative voltage. So the relation between VGS and ID is known as the transfer characteristics curve, which is taken from the drain characteristics curve. And the maximum drain current at VGS equal to 0 volt is basically IDSS. IDSS is the drain saturation drain current. And the transfer characteristics is very nearly like a parabola. It is say like a parabola and can be analytically expressed by the following relation. Say IDS equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VP whole square. So following, this is the also the curve of nature of the curve is like a parabola. Expression of also a parabola and the curve also a parabola. Next, some few important characteristics or characteristic parameter of JFET. First is the dynamic drain resistance. Three important parameters. These are very important. Drain resistance RD, which is denoted basically RD. The ratio of small change in drain to source voltage to the corresponding change in drain current at constant gate to source voltage. So RD is basically delta VDS by delta ID when VGS is constant. Next is the transconductance. The ratio, which is denoted as GM. The ratio of small change in drain current to the corresponding small change in gate to source voltage for constant drain to source voltage is called transconductance, and which is denoted as GM, and GM equal to delta ID by delta VGS when VDS is constant. And the unit of GM is mho. The value of GM can be determined from the slope of transfer characteristics. Next is the amplification factor, which is denoted as mu. It is the ratio of small change in the drain voltage to the corresponding change in the gate voltage at a constant drain current. And it is mathematically expressed as mu is equal to RD into GM. It is basically, if we multiply it, which is basically minus delta VDS by delta VGS when ID is constant. Here, please note that here a negative sign comes, and this negative sign shows that when VGS increases, VDS must decrease to maintain ID constant. Okay. So amplification factor is basically the multiplication of drain resistance with the transconductance factor. Clear? Okay. So this is all about junction field effect transistor. Next, I move for the application of JFET. JFET can be used as for several applications, including high input impedance amplifier, low noise amplifier, differential amplifier, constant current source, analog switch or gate, and voltage controlled resistor. So these are the application of JFET. Next, I move for a problem. This type of problem is naturally comes in the semester examination. The drain current of a JFET is found to be 3 milliampere if IDSS is 12 milliampere and VGS off is minus 5 volt. Obtain the values of gate to source voltage and pinch off voltage. Again, I am repeating that drain current is given, which is 3 milliampere, and IDSS is also given, and VGS off is minus 3 volt. So gate to source voltage, you have to determine gate to source voltage and pinch off voltage. Simply this formula, ID equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VGS off whole square, like a parabola. So you know the ID, IDSS and VGS off. So naturally you can determine the VGS from this expression. So VGS is minus, after putting all the values and calculating, VGS is minus 2.5 volt. And pinch off voltage VP, which is VGS off mod of VGS off, which is basically 5 volt. Okay. So this is all about junction field effect transistor, and in the next class we will discuss on MOSFET. So thank you all. Now I am ending the today's session.